So, good day everyone. I'm Mark Anthony Liwanag from B7-2B and my topic for today is Global Engineering Challenges amidst the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And my presentation title is Sustainable Agriculture in Achieving Zero Hunger with ABE Practice. So, alamin muna natin kung ano yung ABE in terms of agriculture, in soil and water conservation, and in vertical farming at yung mga possible niya maging contribution dito. First is in agriculture. ABE generally specializes in one of 5 major areas: farm machinery and power, farm structures, soil and water conservation, and post and harvest engineering, and dairy and food engineering. In soil and water conservation naman, ABE has a great role in solving engineering problems that involve in soil and water conservation programs such as erosion control, drainage, irrigation, flood control, moisture conservation, and water resource development. In vertical farming naman, ABE work to create and innovate new technology that enables vertical farming. They are also responsible for figuring out energy systems that will support the farms. They need to solve the problem of how to provide farms with an abundance of different kinds of plants and crops all year round. So, ang goal nga is to achieve zero hunger. So, how to achieve zero hunger nga ba? According to UN, to achieve zero hunger by 2030, urgent coordinated action and policy solutions are imperative to address entrenched inequalities, transform food systems, invest in sustainable agricultural practices, and reduce and mitigate the impact of conflict and the pandemic on global nutrition and food security. So, sabi nga dito ng UN, ang sustainable agricultural practices ay makakatulong upang ma-achieve ang zero hunger. So, magmumuna tayo dun sa topic. Sustainable agriculture. Sustainable agriculture is a farming in such way to protect the environment, aid and expand natural resources, and to make best use of renewable resources. Sustainable agriculture works with nature rather than against it, seeking to maximize food production while minimizing environmental impacts. This approach preserving the environment, expanding natural resources, and creating a better life for animals and humans, ensuring long-term sustainability of food sources while reducing reliance on standard farming practices and providing alternative food option. So, yung mga ipapakita ko sa susunod slide ay sample ng sustainable agricultural practices upang makatulong ma-achieve ang zero hunger with ABE practice. First example is polyculture. Polyculture are 2 or more useful plants grown on the same plot, usually at the same time. From an ecological perspective, they try to mimic natural cycles. Like natural systems, they offer benefits including reduced pest damage and soil conservation, even increasing crop yields per area compared to monocultures. Increased use of machinery and economies of scale have led to widespread use of monocultures. But polycultures offered significant advantage over this approach by enhancing. So, yun nga pagtatanim siya ng dalawa o higit pang halaman sa isang season lang, nakakatulong din siya upang ma-reduce yung pest damage at nakakatulong din siya sa soil conservation and even increasing crop yields per area. At maganda i-apply yung ganitong practice sa mga hindi pa gaanong urbanized na area. So, second example is permaculture. Permaculture is a design process based on observation and systems thinking that helps people to create ecologically and socially sustainable human settlements beneficial to the people and the ecosystems within which they are nested. Offer solutions for soil fertility, water conservation, climate change mitigation, and animal habitat. Its design principle helps to maximize biodiversity and preserve wildlife by creating more habitat for animal species. So, yun nga ecologically and socially sustainable na siya at hindi lang yon, nakakatulong din siya ma-maximize ang biodiversity at ma-preserve ang wildlife. So, katulad ng nauna kanina, bagay din siya i-practice sa mga rural area. Third example is urban agriculture. Agriculture is the practice of cultivating food either in the form of plants grown or animal raised. Agriculture is traditionally associated with rural areas, with wide open areas being ideal for the large-scale growing of crops and animal grazing. Urban farming, on the other hand, is agriculture taking place within the urbanized land where residential and commercial building exist. So, unlike nung unang dalawang example kanina, ina-apply na siya sa mga urbanized area. Gaya nga ng example niya, rooftop farming, edible landscaping, greenhouse, and indoor farming. So, fourth example is hydroponics. Hydroponics is a technique of growing plants using a water-based nutrient solution rather than soil, and can include an aggregate substrate or growing media such as vermiculite, coconut coir, or perlite. Hydroponic production systems are used by small farmers, hobbyists, and commercial enterprises. So, para na rin siyang urban farming, ang pinagkaiba lang is gumagamit siya ng nutrient-based solution at hindi na siya kailangang itanim dun sa lupa. Tapos, pwede rin siya indoor and outdoor. So, bali yung mga susunod pang concept na ipapakita ko is para rin siyang hydroponics pero ang pinagkaiba lang talaga is yung concept niya. Fifth example is aeroponics. Aeroponics is a method to provide the required nutrients and water to the plants as the roots are exposed to the greenhouse air. The water is supplied to the exposed root through fogging, misting technology, where fine water droplets are produced through a sprayer. The water droplets are suspended in the air for a longer period, leading to an increased evaporative rate and drier plant canopy. So, tulad nga nung sabi ko kanina, para rin siyang hydroponics, ang pinagkaiba lang talaga is yung concept. Dahil dito sa aeroponics, ang ginagamit na is fogging or misting technology. And for the last example is aquaponics. Another irrigation method is aquaponics, where the plant's cultivation is integrated with aquaculture. Example, fish, prawns, snails in the tank. This approach delivers nutrient-rich water from the aquaculture, containing nitrifying bacteria to the plants. The nitrifying bacteria converts ammonia to nitrates, which act as fertilizer for growing crops. The aquaculture water is filtered after passing through the plant's roots as is pumped back into the tank, creating a sustainable agriculture system. So, para nga rin siyang hydroponics, ang pinakaiba lang is ginamitan na siya ng aquaculture kasi nga meron ng isda yung mga tangke niya. Gumagamit na nga rin siya ng nitrifying bacteria na nagko-convert ng ammonia into nitrates at nagsisilbing pataba ng mga halaman. So, yung mga pinakita ko kanina is sample ng sustainable agriculture na pwedeng makakontribute sa zero hunger ng Sustainable Development Goals. So, ano nga ba yung mga nakaka-apekto, bakit may taggutom? Isa nang nakikita ko dito is yung pagiging urbanized, kung saan yung mga agricultural land ay nagiging industrial land na, like nagkakaroon ng bypass and subdivisions. Meaning, lumiliit na yung mga sakahan na nakaka-apekto sa food production. Kaya makakatulong talaga na alam natin or kaya nating i-practice ang sustainable agriculture upang maboost ang food production, upang maiwasan na rin ang taggutom. Yun lang, and thank you!